Brian Greene, Until the End of Time, Mind, Matter, and Our Search for Meaning in an Evolving Universe. Embark on a fascinating journey through time, space, and the essence of existence with Brian Greene's Until the End of Time, Mind, Matter, and Our Search for Meaning in an Evolving Universe. This book summary illustrates the pervasive influence of entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, and the relentless drive towards disorder. Delve into the mysteries of the universe with explanations for phenomena such as the Big Bang, the formation and life cycle of stars, the inception of human intelligence, language, religion, and art. Through understanding these cosmic mechanisms, you'll uncover how our very existence defies astronomical odds and the profound ways our lives are intertwined with the forces of nature.
Entropy, the ultimate end. Entropy is the disorganizing principle that puts everything into context and imposes a limit to innovation, no matter if it's an individual or a species, leading all things to come to an end. The second law of thermodynamics tells us that there is an overwhelming tendency for things to degrade into disorder, or move into a state of higher entropy, and every tangible thing in the universe, from the galactic Milky Way to the candy bar melting in your handbag, is an ordered arrangement of specific particles in an extremely low entropy configuration. Universally speaking, high entropy configurations are more common, so when we encounter a low entropy configuration, we should sit up and take notice. Given that high entropy is the most common state for particles in the universe, how do we explain all the low entropy configurations you hold dear, like, say, your friends and family? The answer is the Big Bang, a highly ordered, very low entropy, 1 in a trillion situation, which makes us appreciate the good things in life even more. Origin of existence. Gravity, both attractive and repulsive, plays a vital role in the formation of the universe, including the Big Bang in the creation of stars. Dark energy's repulsive force was the catalyst for the Big Bang, and the formation of stars is a result of decreased total entropy in a gaseous core. The decrease in net entropy is outweighed by an increase in entropy outside the core, which means that the entire process falls in line with the energy and entropy out-balancing act. The origins of life. The book discusses the origins of life and how stars are responsible for creating the ingredients that make up our planet and us. The first atoms formed just after the Big Bang, and complex atoms formed in the center of stars. As stars aged, they created heavier elements, which were released into space when stars died or collided. These heavier elements clumped together to form new stars, planets, and ultimately, us. Earth was formed by the byproducts of the Sun's formation process, and a collision with another planet called Theia tilted the Earth on its axis. Water on Earth played a crucial role in the development of life. The science of consciousness. Recent discoveries in neuroscience suggest that consciousness is a physical phenomenon, and our sense of free will is fictitious. Everything in the universe, including humans, is governed by natural laws. For a long time, scientists have avoided studying consciousness, considering it unobservable. While they have relied on entropy and evolution to understand the world's observable phenomena, consciousness remains a mystery. Recent advances in neuroscience, however, have highlighted the importance of studying consciousness as a physical phenomenon. The fundamental point here is that life developed consciousness, regulated by natural laws, and not by free will. Humans, just like every other matter in the universe, are made up of particles governed by natural laws. The particles in our brains interact in the same way as the particles in the stars and bananas, resulting in the inner experience of conscious awareness. Conscious awareness is the intricate collection and collation of multiple intakes, highly integrated and highly differentiated. However, one does not have complete control over the decisions made. Free will is an illusion. The brain is continually working, mostly subconsciously, vastly simplifying the perceived details so that it can focus on more essential matters such as survival. Despite us feeling a sense of autonomy, every thought we have is determined by the laws of physics. Hence, our thoughts may seem ours, but they are merely the result of shifting particles in our brains. The evolution of language and storytelling. According to research, gossip comprises around 60% of our conversations. However, the human capacity for language and storytelling gave our species an evolutionary advantage. Unlike the evolution of our bodies, the origin of language lacks physical evidence. Nevertheless, scientists continue to theorize its emergence. Linguist Noam Chomsky believes a single neurobiological event caused our ancestors to acquire language around 80,000 years ago. Another theory suggests storytelling became critical in envisioning and preparing for real-life challenges, interpreting life-saving signs and explaining our origin and future. The adaptive success of religion. Humans have always sought to make sense of the world and our place in it. As intelligence grew, so did our need to imbue experience with significance, leading to the development of religion. Religion has aided in group cohesion and mitigated our innate fear of death, contributing to our adaptive success. Through religion, larger groups of people are made to feel like they are part of the same family, and therefore worthy of loyalty and protection. Additionally, religion discourages bad behavior and increases the likelihood of reproduction. Most importantly, religion eases the existential terror each of us faces, freeing up our attention for survival and allowing us to turn our thoughts to more lofty aspirations. The evolution of art and its impact. The emergence of art in human civilization has raised many questions about its purpose and significance. While some believe that art is a fruitless activity, it contributed greatly to our survival. Artistic expression enhances our social bonds, problem-solving abilities and mental health. Although the origin of art remains a mystery, it is widely speculated that it could have originated as a form of sexual selection, a way to attain resources and social status. However, research has shown that the benefits of art go way beyond the realm of reproduction. Art, in fact, creates emotional bonds within groups and improves the overall cognitive function of the individual practitioner. By stimulating creativity, the arts encourage new ideas and problem-solving capabilities that translate into practical solutions for everyday life. Ultimately, the arts help us find meaning in our experiences and understand the world around us. The inevitable demise of the universe. Humans are preoccupied with the concept of infinity, but sadly, nothing lasts forever. The forces of evolution and entropy work in tandem to build structures and eventually degrade them. Earth, the Sun, and all other stars and planets will eventually be pulled into black holes. The Sun will implode, causing the nearby planets to vaporize and leaving Earth uninhabitable. Eventually, Earth will lose all its energy and be pulled into the Sun. The death of larger stars will create black holes that will consume every remaining particle in the universe. Our best guess is that this is the inevitable demise of the universe. The future of the universe. The universe is composed of a lot of mysteries that scientists are still trying to unravel. This summary highlighted two of them, the black hole and the dark energy. For instance, Stephen Hawking discovered that black holes both have a temperature and emit a glow. As they decrease in size, they grow even hotter and more frenetic. On the other hand, dark energy is an invisible substance that has existed for the entire universe's life and occupies every part of the universe, hemmed in on all sides by barriers. The Higgs field occupies the entire universe, and Peter Higgs discovered in the 1970s that dark energy could change as a result of something called quantum tunneling. This would mean that our scientific laws would no longer apply. However, as long as there are particles in the universe, there is the potential for life to form.
Brian Greene's Until the End of Time explores the power of entropy and its inevitable effects on the universe, while also celebrating the wondrous existence of our world. The formation of stars has given rise to life on Earth, leading to the development of consciousness, language, religion, and the arts. As our understanding of these forces deepens, we gain a greater appreciation for the connections between our own existences and the vast expanse of the universe. Though entropy dictates an eventual end for all things, as long as potential exists for life and natural processes, hope remains that new life and possibilities may emerge in the farthest reaches of time.